So, all right, now it's recording. So here's why we delayed in that a little bit. I'll give you just a little bit of background. And if it looks weird to the Zoom world, that we're not looking like right into the camera right there, it's because we actually have two cameras going right now. So we're going to focus in on our Facebook camera because it's just where a lot of people have been watching our team calls because it's automatically recorded there, and it's where a lot of you guys are able to log on at your convenience. But we've been recording these in Zoom as well because that way we can upload them to YouTube and then upload them to our various spots where you guys can have this recorded link to give out the link. So just being conscious of the people who are not really hip on Facebook or maybe even overwhelmed by Facebook and all the notifications. And sometimes things get lost, right? Sometimes like we get so many notifications that you don't even know that something's been posted. So anyway, if we're not staring directly at you, it's because we're looking at a different camera. Maybe I think Lynette took a picture of this thing. We've got a little tripod. We got a little tripod hanging from the blinds in the window that strategically has the cameras placed as close as we can place them there. So enough with the background of our little makeshift studio here. Hey, Andre, how are you? You guys, I think this call this morning or this afternoon, wherever you're getting this from, will be one that you get extreme value in, we hope. And so make sure your team gets this information. I feel like there's a void from week to week because I'll have conversations with people and they're like, oh, I didn't know. And I'll be like, well, we talked about it on the team call. And so our goal is that this becomes the channel of communication that you guys know every week. You are going to get your updates from the team. So we hope that all of you are sharing this with your teams. We hope that the information is valuable to you. We don't just wing it, although sometimes I like to wing it a little bit because scripted for me doesn't work too well. So you just get the authentic stuff. Drives Lynette crazy. I'm looking at her through the camera, so I know she's laughing right now. I don't even have to look over my shoulder. I'm just going to look at her through the camera.
A little pet peeve of mine.
Just a little. We've worked it out. Don't worry. We got a system worked out. So let's talk about the last 2 weeks of the team call. Facebook, guys, is obviously going through kind of some rethinking of their strategies. You maybe even seen some of their commercials lately, Facebook commercials, where they're trying to make it more of a friend atmosphere again. Like I don't have 5,000 friends. Well, actually I do have 5,000 friends, just all of the Elite Academy. But I don't have 5,000 friends on my Facebook page because Facebook classifies them as friends. But some of these people I barely know. And as you guys know, that's the strategy for our network marketing business. You don't want 5,000 LifeVantage friends. You want 5,000 people who are not in LifeVantage in your Facebook feed, because then you're able to attract them to the opportunity and the products. That's a whole nother conversation. The conversation I'm having with you right now is that Facebook's been driving us nuts lately because we were able to go from Zoom into Facebook. Now we're having to set up a couple cameras to make sure you guys are getting this appropriately. And so for now, that's the makeshift way that we're going to do it until we have a better platform to deliver this message. And I don't know when or how that will be. The old school phone call, we even talked about going back to that, but for some reason, to me, that was like going back to a VHS tape or something. Like, I just can't do it. I just can't go back to just a phone call. Lynette kind of still likes the phone call.
I just like consistency. I know how important consistency is. And if people get on here and the feed is not there, then the next week they'll question if it's there. And then I don't want them to question. I just want them to get it like they expect it. And so there is, the YouTube channel, I do believe, will be the fix-all for that, just so that if something does happen that's out of our control, like what happened in the past couple of weeks, then there's always a backup plan in place.
Yeah, you guys should see if you could see my blood pressure on Monday when we have technical difficulties, it's not good. Like, it drives me insane because I know how valuable information was to me when I was building at the beginning. And when you guys are not getting the information that I feel like you need or should have, it drives me insane. And it's not because our team or leaders haven't been preparing. These guys and girls have been like hours and hours and multiple phone calls to make sure you guys get this stuff. And somehow, some way, it just falls through the cracks. So anyway, Lynette still kind of likes the phone call. We're still in discovery phase of how we're going to deliver. Enough of that. Let's get to the point. YouTube, guys. Team True Blue has a YouTube channel. It's dedicated just to us. If you just go to YouTube, in their search bar and type in Team True Blue, space, right? Team space, True space, Blue. We're the #1 searched video or category or subscription channel. We're the #1 channel. So when you find us, the very first thing you should do before you start looking at what's there is subscribe. Right after this call's over, go to YouTube and subscribe to the Team True Blue channel. Because that way, as soon as we upload a video, you're going to get a notification from YouTube. So you no longer have to say, hey, can I get the video, or when am I getting the video? As soon as you get the notification, you'll be one of the first ones to have the video that you can then share. And that will be these team calls. It will be our opportunity webinars, as well as our training videos that we put on Team True Blue YouTube dedicated channel. So the trick is, guys, you got to subscribe. Like, go subscribe. It's free. There's no advertisement, so that you get those notifications.
Here's the other thing I'd like to add to that is, for the people who don't get this live on a weekly basis, I know that for me, I'll just speak from my experience, is if I'm not on something live and I have to watch the recording, it's kind of hit or miss if I get the recording, because it's not a scheduled event. Okay. So if you're the person who at noon on Mondays, Eastern Standard Time, you cannot get on here live, schedule the same time each week to watch the recording. Because if you don't, and you're anything like me, then it's hit or miss if you get the information. And we try to ensure that you're getting information that's of value to your business each week. So if you miss it, and there's nothing we can do about it. So be consistent. Whatever works for your schedule it and get it each week. And don't just leave it to chance.
AJ, what's up? Saw you joined us from South Florida. Travis Hall, I got a little story for you from a little fishing trip we took a couple days ago. Wow, that was a rough ride, dude. I wished I was in your new boat. Anyway, the rest of you guys are like, whatever. So let's shift gears to virtual LVA this Saturday. Lynette, you want to chat with that?
You guys know that we've talked about, if there's not an LVA going on in your area, then you're going to want to do a training of your own, right? We've encouraged you to do that. What we found is there's some areas that aren't getting that, either because someone's too new or they don't feel like there's enough people in the area, whatever the case may be. If you have a training scheduled for this Saturday, thank you. Kudos to you. Thank you for stepping up and making that happen. If you do not, we've got something to fill the void. So this Saturday, there's going to be a live virtual training that you're able to plug into. So to reemphasize, if you've got one already, please don't cancel it. Do it. Person to person is the most effective way, right? And so it's just to fill a void that we've planned a virtual LV workshop. And so it's going to be Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just posted the flyer to our Facebook Team True Blue page. So the details are all right there. If you're getting this on Zoom and not on Facebook, then you can go to our team website, teamtrueblue.org, and the information has been uploaded there. So you're going to want to take advantage of that if you have nothing going on in your area. Am I missing anything in regards to that?
As far as the virtual goes.
Let me just tell them where you'd find it. Teamtrueblue.org. You then go to the Learn tab and then Events, and then you'll find the information there.
Say that again.
You go to teamtrueblue.org, the Learn tab, and under Events, you'll find the virtual training information.
So what are you going to see this weekend? Well, because we're going to keep it to 2 hours, we want to keep it short. What you guys are going to get is a scaled down LVA, right? Where you're going to get some meat and potatoes training, but you're also going to get some mindset and what most people would categorize as personal development too, as part of that. But we are planning to do, and I'm still working with Zoom, some breakout sessions inside that virtual LVA that will allow you the ability to go and customize what you want to see for a little bit of the training. Now, I'm not promising it, okay, because it's our first run. So I've got some testing to do before we can say that. But here's what will happen. You're going to have multiple trainers in there. I've already talked to a couple people that have agreed to be a part. It's not going to be just Lynette and I for 2 hours. You're going to have multiple trainers in there. It will be extremely valuable information. And here's some ideas. If you're on the East Coast, you know, if you can, get some of your personal enrollments or your team together for lunch. You know, it starts at 1, so get everybody together to your house and have some snacks. Create a cultural type building event out of this. If you're over in Canada, the West Coast, you know, get some bagels. I don't know, get something healthy. Maybe not the bagels with the bread. I don't know. Do what you need to do. Eat a spinach omelet or something, but get together for breakfast. And the point is, if you can, it's best to gather people. It's always better to gather people together if you can. And that's the point of this virtual LVA, is that it lets you do this with a little bit of your schedule in mind, right? Whether it's just going to be you in your PJs, that's cool, right? Or if you're on the East Coast, maybe you're in a swimsuit and flip-flops waiting for the afternoon to really get going. But we want you guys to get the information and be able to build this too as a team. That would be really, really phenomenal. So we're looking forward to it. And this is something we're going to also do in June. So June is going to be the same thing. We're going to do another virtual LVA the third Saturday in June. And of course, since this is our first one, we'll see how smoothly things will go. But by the second and third one, they'll be running even better. So let me talk to you a little bit about Team True Blue, the website. teamtrueblue.org. We are adding content weekly to that website. Do not overlook that website. Lynette and I have been working on some stuff that we're going to be posting there probably as early as this week that you are going to be, it's going to be very beneficial for you in building your organization. As Lynette just said, right now, one of the quickest ways to get information that's right at your fingertips is right in that website. The Learn tab, can now connect you to some of our events that we're doing, some of the life, like if you want to know about Pace Setter and about the Mexico trip, we're going to talk a little bit about as well. The best way to access that is right through teamtrueblue.org. All right, so make sure you're going to Team True Blue every week. And final thing I want to mention about teamtrueblue.org is this. We have now added an events tab at the website that's dedicated to posting our own team events. So how do you get your event posted? If you are a Pro 5 or higher, we would love to know where you're doing events. Now, that doesn't mean that a Pro 2 or Pro 3 or Pro 4 events is not an event you don't want to attend. What it means is we're having to manually load these events, and I don't want to overload. We've got an assistant at Team True Blue now. A lot of you guys know who Tanea is. She's phenomenal. She's detail-oriented. And so if you are a Pro 5 or higher, I want you to email Tanea at teamtrueblueassistant@gmail.com. Team True Blue Assistant. I know it's long, but it's easy to remember. Team True Blue Assistant@gmail.com if you're a Pro 5 or higher. and let us know location and time and who's presenting so that Tanea can put these events up so that we can start to leverage our team the way we did in the very beginning. I'm going to be out in Dallas in a few weeks on a Monday night, and we're going to have that posted. I was out in New York this past week. I didn't post it because it was a Chinese-only meeting. So unless you speak Mandarin, there was really no reason for you to know that I was even in New York, because all I did was Chinese meeting after Chinese meeting after Chinese meeting, and then we ate food, and then Chinese meetings, and then we ate food. And so anyway, Pro 5 or higher, email teamtrueblueassistant@gmail.com, and so that way we can leverage that out. So a lot of exciting things happening at the website. So Lynette, why don't you take over on the Mexico trip?
Well, we really just wanted to kind of remind everybody that the Puerto Vallarta.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa, you've been practicing. Say it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Wait for it. The Puerto Vallarta.
Wow, she's good.
Incentive trip. The qualifications for that ends the end of June. You guys, that gives you a month and a half to make that happen. Where are you at? What are your points? What do you need to get to that trip? How many points do you need? What are you going to do to get those points in time? You have to have a plan in place. You don't leave it to chance. You put a plan in place. And so given the fact that the time is getting shorter, you better check that out. You better go and find out the details of that. And again, if you don't know the details for qualifying for that event, teamtrueblue.org. You can go to Learn, and it's under the, which tab?
Current promos.
Well, under Learn, it's under Current Promos. So if you don't know what the qualifications are, go check it out there and do some math. And you guys, make this something fun. Get a few people together who are running for it from your team, and figure out what you're going to do to help each other get there. I feel like when Brandon and I kind of had a little bit of a contest with somebody else, not just with ourselves. A lot of times our contest is within ourselves and what we're trying to accomplish. But when you've got somebody out there who's getting closer than you are, it pushes you a little bit harder, I guess, at least if you're competitive like me. So anyway, just an idea of something to do to make that happen.
Side note, guess what team has the 2 highest point earners in all of LifeVantage? Yes, Team True Blue does. You guys will hear more of this story. What's up, Charlotte? Good to see you on here. You guys will hear more of this story that's developing out of Flushing, New York. You'll meet Henry at the appropriate times. And I just want you guys to know it's years and years and years of networking, okay? No one rockets through the ranks to Pro 8 in 2 months without a massive network. But nevertheless, hey, Kelly, how are you? Nevertheless, you guys will be excited to meet these guys. They are a phenomenal group of people, and they are so excited about the LifeVantage opportunity in just 2 months' time that in sitting and sharing with them sharing with me why, it really excited me again all over for the opportunity we have here at LifeVantage. But we are crushing it, guys, as a team. We are absolutely crushing things, whether it's the trips. So it's 1,000 points to get your rooms taken care of. And then as you get more points, the company spends more money on you. I think at this point, Henry already has over 6,000 points, which means I told him, like, dude, you're going to be in the spa the whole time to spend the money. Like, you're going to, every day, it's going to be like a massage for 8 hours or something. So anyway, make sure you guys qualify that. It's going to be a great trip. And speaking of trips, to close this up, since Kelly's on, Kelly, go get Dave Fleming and Justin, please. Let's see. Can you go get those guys? I'm going to wear this in honor of the distributors. No, it's not first place, but this is the medal we got from the volleyball tournament a couple weeks ago. And just next time you guys see Justin or Dave Fleming, just say, hey, can I see your medal? Can I see your volleyball medal?
You're bad.
That was for Dave Fleming because, you know, we were still laughing together. Dave was with me in New York last week. So anyway, let's close up with a couple thoughts that I took away from the meeting we had with Darren in the Bahamas. One of the biggest mistakes I made, and maybe Lynette made too in the very beginning, I don't know, just knowing our numbers, we both did this. We were really not that interested in just signing up people that wanted product in the very beginning. And I do think to some degree that is what led to our success, but it's not because customers are not important. In fact, that's the very opposite of the message I'm delivering to you right now. It's that very oddly, we were very comfortable with network marketing, like not immediately, but pretty quickly. Like we saw what LifeVantage, the opportunity was. We saw the product, its validation, the comp plan, like we saw this early, and we just got tunnel vision and going finding people that could see what we saw. And so just like what's happening over in New York with the new group we've got in our organization, guys, they are not trying to find people and convince them that there's an opportunity here. They're finding people that see the opportunity, that have done network marketing before. Now, the point I'm trying to make is this. We didn't have a network when we started at LifeVantage, not a network marketing network. We started at zero, and didn't know anybody that had had any success in network marketing, just like you guys, like the majority of our team, okay? So the message for you, if you've never done this before or you don't know a bunch of skilled networkers, is don't overlook the power of getting customers in your back office and then upgrading them to distributors later. In fact, as much as half of your distributors, this is something Darren said, because there's organizations doing this right now at LifeVantage, as much as half of their customers are upgrading to distributors. If you have a system that supports that type of activity or supports the new customer. And so that's something we're going to talk to you guys about over the coming weeks and on one-on-one basis as leaders if you guys want to have that conversation. Thanks, Kelly. Make sure you pass that on our behalf. I appreciate that. If you have a support system for your customers, in fact, you guys have heard the name Carlos Blanco. He's a new leader that I'm working with out of Southern California that's had decades of a decade of industry experience. In one of the companies he was in, they didn't even call distributors distributors. They called themselves customer managers. And I was like, whoa, that is such a mind shift from my thinking, of looking for people who see the opportunity. I said, explain that mindset, customer manager. And what it boils down to is taking care of the customer, and to the point where they're not just buying one product, but they're experiencing multiple products and then purchasing those products. And more importantly, they're then teaching those customers distributor activity like referrals. And then they go back to that customer and go, you've already referred 3 or 4 people. You're getting free product. Why don't you think about doing this as a distributor so you can get really paid to do this on a big level? And that's one of the people that are going to be on with me this Saturday, guys. Carlos Blanco is going to be on with me this Saturday, and he's going to teach this customer manager mindset and how you can really take advantage of our loyalty program that we already have in place, as well as getting your customers to go get you customers. He said in his previous company that on average, he had his customers bringing him 6 to 8 other customers. What? He had his customers bringing him 6 to 8 other customers. That's going to get taught this Saturday. It's a phenomenal concept that we all need to employ in our business, because as Darren said, as much as half of your customers will become distributors if you have a process to cultivate that. Now, some other statistics I wanted to share with you. The fact that our flagship product is only $40, guys, is mind-blowing. multiple times over this past week, I've been exposed now to people from all these different companies. They are buying in excess of $100 to $200 a month as customers, guys, for their flagship products. And as you guys know, when times are hard for customers, one of the first things they start to cut out is what they would view as things that aren't necessary, right? And so $40 is one of the main reasons some of these big leaders are coming to our company, that the flagship product is only $40. So that alone is something that separates us from a lot of other companies, all right? But here's what Darren shared with us, something called the golden window. And there's golden windows in various different professions, like Blue Elam was sharing with paramedics. And in the first responder world, you've got 1 hour. Like if someone's critically injured, that first hour makes or breaks quite a bit of if someone's going to survive or not. Well, in network marketing, it's the first 2 weeks. Or the first 30 days, right? But the first 2 weeks, and here's some statistics that you guys just need to know, okay? Over here on this huge printout that the thing did. What? Oh, you were just
laughing at that.
So this is from people who rank advanced in 2017, all right? So people who enrolled a customer or distributor in the first 2 weeks, not just a distributor, customer or distributor, 54% of them became Pro 2s. More than half the people that had one customer or distributor in their first 2 weeks became a Pro 2. How many of you guys want everybody you enroll to become a Pro 2? Well, it could be as simple as helping them get their first customer or distributor in the first 2 weeks, okay? 65% became Pro 3s. 66% Pro 4s. 79% became Pro 5s. 80% of your Pro 6s. 80% of your Pro 6s enrolled someone in their first 2 weeks. And 100% of the Pro 7s. 100% of the Pro 7s that rank advanced there in 2017 enrolled someone in their first 2 weeks. I just thought that was such powerful, powerful statistics.
Let me just say something, because I'm a little concerned that maybe you're listening to this information and you're going, well, shoot, I didn't do that. So what's that mean for me? What's that mean for my statistics? The reason those statistics are what they are is because a lot of people, if that doesn't happen, they're not still here, right? And so if you're here and you're watching this, don't be scared. we can still make this happen, right? So don't feel like it takes you out of the category of being able to qualify. It's just that statistically, people don't stick around the party if they're not having fun. And if they don't get an enrollment in the first couple of weeks, they feel like they're not having fun. They don't stick around for the party. So valid
point. Extremely valid point. And we know why you're here, because we have fun at Team True Blue. That's why everybody's here. No, just kidding, guys. The reality is this golden window, or getting someone out of the gates, has been something on Lynette and I's mind for I don't even want to say months, but a while. Lynette and I started enrolling like crazy over a year ago. We've enrolled more people in the last 12 months than we did in the previous years.
And listen, I want you to know, part of the reason, you guys, is we know what we have. And we know that the timing of this opportunity is as good as it gets right now. So yeah, we hit Pro 10. So why are we still going? Because this company's going to make another massive run, and we don't want to watch it happen. We want to be a part of it happening, right? And so I hope that kind of, because I know for me, Brandon and I were enrolled, I don't know, just a couple months. And somebody came to town and said that they had, whatever number of people in their organization were like, we missed it. We missed the boat on this one. And it's funny to people now when we tell that story, but we felt that way. Genuinely felt like we had missed the opportunity with LifeVantage. And look at us, right? So for a lot of you, you see, we've been Pro 10s for 4 years plus, and you go, well, maybe the opportunity's not as good now as it was then. So wrong. So wrong. It's better. It's much better. And we're fired up about it. So we're enrolling.
Yeah. And so that process, though, guys, Pro 10s, we've got enrollments that have not enrolled anybody. And that drives me insane. What it does is drives me to not sleep. It drives me to wake up before the alarm clock. And because when you're in solution mode, you win. And so we've been in solution mode, and you've seen already a lot of things we've delivered at teamtrueblue.org. A lot of tools have advanced in the last 12 months, but we're going to continue to give you guys tools that will help people enroll others in their first 2 weeks. That is, like, I have 2 goals. One goal is that we're getting people a paycheck in their first 30 days, because that's that golden window, and maybe even better in the first 2 weeks. Okay, that's one goal. The second goal that we have is creating leaders. And so we know that we can build a massive global team if we're helping people enroll new people and leveraging those databases, as well as building leaders. That's what we're after, and we'll continue to be after. Keep an eye on the website, and just know, guys, that we are going to be communicating with you on a weekly basis. We are here for you guys. We love this team. We love what's going on in LifeVantage. We are Team LifeVantage. I know we talk a lot about Team TrueBlue, but ultimately we are Team LifeVantage. And you guys know how we feel about this company, right? It's mama. Like, we take care of mama. But in order to take care of mama, like, we need some strong brothers and sisters, right? Team TrueBlue is just one of those brothers or sisters that are going to take care of LifeVantage. We're just going to do it really big and have fun doing it. So hope you guys have enjoyed this broadcast. We're a couple minutes over. Hope it's not weird that we were staring at a couple different cameras, but nevertheless, you guys have a great week, and go get some enrollments. Go get some new customers.
And check out your points.
Yes.
With the Beata.
Oh, she said it 3 times. Let's finish on that. See you guys. Ooh, Dave, Justin. Shut that one off for me.